Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
To the Lee Sin, but he's been prioritizing a lot of this Xin Zhao. It's kind of been, rising back up in popularity years. It will be the Karma, actually, not the Yuumi. But you have two Enchanter supports here. One, of course, is going to be getting a lot of gold. The other is there from Karas, who just kind of went AFK in the lane and pushed through and isn't really even going to deny that much CS, as this ward is getting Zeus so much value.
Oh, he comes back. That is a beautiful flash forward to guarantee the Counter-Strike stun, and first blood goes to On Fleek for Hanwha Life Esports.
But if you have a gank set up early, it can get you an early kill. Is once again down on the bottom side. Owner is paying a visit.
Yeah, he is going to look for this one. Flashes for the Tempest. Vista is going to fall down. Johnny survives for the moment, but T1 putting on so much pressure here in the bottom lane.
Well, the teleport is not going to be able to have any of that mid-game power that Lucian wants so desperately.
Well, Owner's going to take a fair bit of damage here as On Fleek dashes forward, gets a great knock-up. Just a few more autos and he'll be dead, and the assist will go over to Karas. And that is another kill for On Fleek. There's another fight here towards the top side. Dudu's going to get ignited though as Zeus pulls out the needlework, and the trade of health is absolutely... True Shot Barrage does a bit of damage on its way past, but not going to be able to stop the Drake. And Hanwha, they're not slowing down. Counter-Strike will be up as well. And Owner's still going to come in and go for it. The Empower onto Zeus there as they look for some plates first. Let's see how this dive is going to go. And T1 decide that it might just be a little bit difficult. Dudu's holding on to everything as there's the kickback. They want to kill him. He leap strikes to get out, but the needlework and ignite is going to be enough. And I just kind of disagree with how Dudu went about that, but it was still a difficult one to navigate. Nicely avoided there, but putting that flash on cooldown going to be very, very important. As Tidal Wave comes forward, they're not going to waste any time as Johnny dashes on in. They do manage to get the kill on the Karma, but can they keep themselves alive? The answer is yes, as On Fleek's there, bodyguarding in the area.
His item build was stifled so much in the early game, at least got some extra stats back from that into the Ezreal Karma.
We know what can provide for a whole bunch of these teams. Tidal Wave's going to come through, but Shirley's still going to be able to get the crash. True Shot Barrage still connects there as On Fleek looks for the backline, finds Wind Become Lightning onto Owner. T1
Hanwha Life Esports with the late teleport from Karas, and they could have maybe set up for a tidal wave into Emperor's Divide, but now they've grouped up to grab mid-turret. Gonna grab this Drake.
Well, Zeus is just huge. He gets put in a bubble, though, which is not what he wants, as now Karas finds the Emperor's Divide. They just destroy the Gwen, and now Hanwha are trying to make their way out. On Fleek just barely surviving here. And Hanwha, they'll
missed all their windows, and now they've really turned things around with a really decisive move there to push mid.
Yeah, and also I kind of value how this Lucian
is because the burst damage that Lucian brings in on 2-3 items against the Seraphine, especially, can be something that actually ruins T1 in team fights and setups. Zeus caught again.
Karas going to find him with another Emperor's Divide. Gwen does go immune against a few of the members of Hanwha Life, but On Fleek is so powerful and will just rip down this kill. Chani as well, able to take down Owner in the backline as Dudu is dancing forward as well. Gumyushi, can he be the hero? He takes one kill, and now T1 are feeling like maybe it's time to come back. The beat drop's not going to land, and the Encore is going to do the same thing, but Vista is now out of position. Dudu diving forward, not quite enough damage there onto Vista as Dudu is able to block some shots there. And Hanwha do just decide to back away even 4 versus 3.
That extended damage that you're going to have from an Azir, if you lose that burst, then you can't threaten the long-range Ezreal, could just do so much damage. And Chani is now accelerated to a 2-item state with Rapid Fire Cannon. He can try to pick Faker or force him to use Ultimate, force him to flash. There are some playmaking options here for Hanwha Life.
Well, Vista could be in trouble, and he's just dead. Not in trouble, he was already
done.
Dead.
He's out.
As that happened, as T1 just decide that they want to take him down, capitalizing on the fact that the Azir is on the top side. This inner turret will go down as Owner doesn't quite find the kick flash on the Chani there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Chani has to be so careful. Chani, having the ability to threaten is the line he has to withdraw.
Well, let's see if it's going to work, because Kerry is going to immediately go down as we come out of the replay. Chani, very low, and the needlework is going to pick him off. It's a 2-for-1 trade in the end, but they do manage to at least get the Lucian. As Zeus moves to 2-4. And in the 4, they are so strong as Gumyushi taking a lot of damage. Johnny taking matters into his own hands. The Tidal Wave a little bit out of sync as the Baron has still been leashed. And you can see Owner still there with... Oh! In goes On Fleek, but he's unable to find the steal. It's actually the Ezreal, which threw me through a loop, picking up that Baron. And Hanwha Life able to back away now. The Drake still alive as well, so Hanwha were unable to get anything in that moment, as Owner is going to bait out the Emperor's Divide beautifully there. And Dudu's trying to battle here on the front line, gets out towards this ward with a leap strike, but now Vista is possibly free food, and I think T1 may have just found this game. Owner didn't even need to use a kick, he just decided to get behind Chani there and wipe him out. That kick was already on cooldown, of course, and T1 now move towards this bottom lane.
Yeah, they have the mid lane controlled with a massive wave here. 2 cannon minions about to crash through, and they can just push this into an inhibitor. Short respawn timers here to a certain extent, obviously, at only 28 minutes into the game. We're not at the late game just yet, so T1 will take this inhibitor back off and look for Soul Point and further control of the game. Then they can just go and once again 4-1 a different lane. They could reset, put everybody bottom side, and put Zeus on the top side. Didn't have to expend his teleport. Faker's there, but
yeah, you can see the desperation in the play. As Dudu now will get some time with this inner turret on the top side, but he doesn't have a Baron. That's going to be there for T1 for another 45 seconds. And Zeus just moves towards this this turret and immunes the tidal wave very comfortably. That will get them this bottom inhibitor, and they already had the middle sorted out already. And you can see Hanwha just running out of options here as the beat drop's going to get the snare, thanks to the Rylai's Crystal Scepter that Faker's built up already.
And they'll take these empowered back
out all the stops.
They really have. I think the itemization here is...
Paris is very strong, but he does have to use his stopwatch. Broke that one. True Shot Barrage is going to be set up perfectly, and that is a free pick onto the Azir. Not the greatest of games here for Karis in the later stages.
Faker flashed that one in.
Yeah.
Oh, just got to make sure those hit. That is a lot of their defensive siege gone.
Yep, and their base was already in shambles, Wolf. As Gumushi, he's arcane shifting forward. Owner does have the flash and kick available, and he is very dangerous. Zeus is just sieging Nexus turrets by himself because he's so strong. He can absolutely do that. Went for the Shadow Flame, in fact.
Yeah, didn't even go for the extra, AP stacks for scaling.
Well, in goes Owner, gets the kick back as Chani just caught out of position once again, and T1 will say goodnight to this game. In the mid-game, it was like Hanwha Life Esports had a little bit of a chance, but then T1 found their Baron angle that they do so often, and they will close it out. Really nicely done, and great utilization of some flex picks here in this.